you see the ONS data that came out a couple of weeks ago that said for the first time ever since records began, 50.1% of women are childless by 30? So there are more women without children at 30 than there are women with children. The first time ever.
Well, so this is somebody clipped a part of one of my podcasts, I believe it was, where I was talking about what our society does to 19-year-old women or 18-year-old women, 19-year-old women. We just lie to them all the time. You know, the first lie is there's nothing more important than your career, more or less by definition. So that's the first lie. The second lie is there will be nothing more important to you in your life than your career. So that's the second lie. And then the third lie is there should be nothing more important in your life than your career. So that's the third lie. And then implicit in that is the idea that children are a burden, and that the idea that women should have children is part of the oppressive patriarchy and should be resisted. And who are men to tell me what I can do with my body? And hey, fair enough, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, I've worked in female-dominated occupations my entire life. For example, I worked as a daycare worker way back when, that was like 1980, something like that. And there were no men doing that, but I really liked kids, and so that was fun. And I worked for social services in Alberta in the child care department, and then I've been working as a psychologist, either training or as a psychologist since then, and that's been a female-dominated enterprise increasingly as the years went by. But even when I first entered it, so I'm in the post-female in the workplace generation firmly. I never experienced the world except as that, and so I've watched women progress through their professional careers at every level of attainment, from the lowest to the highest, and observed what happened, and relatively, I would say, bias-free, because I didn't know. And what I've seen is that as women progress towards their late 20s, there's a psychological transformation, and what happens is that they place less emphasis on their career and way more emphasis, particularly on having a child. And that really reaches a crisis point around 29 or 30 for the vast majority of women, and their attitude flips. And I've seen it flip very dramatically with many women. And I suppose the most most convincing evidence of that, I worked with high-end lawyers in Toronto for about 10 years. I was part of an organization. We went to law firms, high-end law firms, and said, send us your most productive people, and we'll help them iron out whatever wrinkles there might still be in their life. And the advantage to them is that things will go better for them, and the advantage to you is they'll be even more productive. And there's a good management dictum, which is pay the most attention to your most productive people, because they're bringing in the bulk of your revenue disproportionately. And so I worked with men and women who were at the peak of their careers in a very difficult enterprise. And so these were women who were generally very attractive, well put together physically, pretty stable psychologically, extremely conscientious, very, very smart, and high achieving from like junior high all the way through high school, university, law school, onto the top firms, rocketing up through the ranks, full partnership by the time they were 29 or 30. And all the law firms, all the women bailed out, all of them. The law firms couldn't keep them. And I was really, and I talked to the women a lot about this, because I was very interested in it, because I knew the law firms were bending themselves over backwards and tying themselves into knots trying to retain these women, because why wouldn't they? You know, just being greedy capitalists is enough. You know, they don't want to lose their high-performing women because they're performing at the highest level, and they couldn't keep them. The women wanted to have 9-to-5 jobs. They wanted to bind the job so they could have a life, and that was especially true once they got interested in having a child or had one.
A lot of y'all gonna hate this. Y'all gonna be mad. Bruh. The last time we dropped a video that was on a similar topic, y'all was mad with the Disney thing.
Y'all was big mad.
Big man. And I'm sorry, but this is the reality. And what I love about the way Peterson speaks, he said, look, this is what I saw, this is what happened, and this is why it happened. And then people get mad at him. They can't really rebut it, but they get mad. Look, the reality is there's a biological imperative in women where they want to have children.
Yes.
That's it. It is. Men want them too, but not as much. Just like women, y'all want physical intimacy with men, just not as much as men want it with y'all.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, there are bigger differences. Like we got 17 times more testosterone on average. Damn. Which is a lot, because testosterone is what gives you that urge to want to consummate. Y'all want children more than we do. It's biological. And part of the reason that y'all want it so much more urgently than men is because you cannot afford to wait unless you are willing to risk the health of both you and your child.
You mean why we have a clock?
Yeah, I was trying to find a really smart way to say that. That's what it was. Trying to find a smart way to say that you have a biological clock. That's what I was trying to do. But it didn't work out, apparently. She had to come in and save me. So look.
That's all right. That's what I'm here for. Teamwork.
I don't even know if I should be giving a high five. But look, that's just the reality of the situation. You got a clock. Not only do you have a clock that caps you out at how long you can have kids, you also have to take into consideration that the health of the eggs inside your body declines as you get older every year.
That sucks.
By a percentage. I think it's like 5% every year after a certain age. The eggs are less healthy, which means that the probability of your children being healthy declines by 5% every year as the health of your eggs decline by 5% every year.
That's unfair.
It's incredibly unfair.
It's part of the reason why they say if you ain't trying to do it, freeze your eggs now, because if you wait, you might not have eggs. And if you have eggs, they might not necessarily be the healthiest eggs.
Right.
There's a reason they do all of this stuff. And instead of acknowledging that, we lie to women and say, you can have it all.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Lies you tell.
You tell lies.
So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button,
Yes.
hit all the buttons. All right?
All of them. See them? All of them.
Do you have anything to add in there, Mrs. I'm a woman as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say, women, you can have it all.
Okay.
Just not at the same time.
No, not at the same
That's the part that they don't tell you.
Right.
It's like everything is in stages. Life happens in stages. And I mean, pretty much agree with everything he just said. So no necessarily need to
It is Jordan Peterson, so you sort of
regurgitate.
let's just be honest. With, like, when you come around somebody who's that level of smart, you just sort of be like, you just let them talk. But he right. I feel bad for a lot of women. I want to put a video like this out there because I want women to know that there is a consequence to making the decision to wait off on the family, and the way you feel now at 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is very different from 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Part of the reason is your body realizes that it's running out of time to do what it was designed to do biologically.
Yep.
Your biology dictates and you're going to feel it. Like, for instance, no matter how you as a woman feel, most of you are going to get your cycle.
Yeah, that's true.
Your body doesn't care how you feel about it.
You got that right.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all be like, you know what, God, you can take this back. I don't want this. I'm with you.
For real.
I get it. I don't really get it, but I get it. I don't empathize, but I sympathize. I get it. In the same way, a man, let me get down there. When this joker hits you, especially when you get in high school, it hits you like a ton of bricks, just like y'all cycle hit y'all. Puberty for us,
That sucks, man.
you go from, ew, girls to, oh my girl, I will sniff your seat when you get up.
Ew.
No, that was supposed to be cute.
Do you know how disgusting that is? She might not even washed her butt. Do you think he cares? Get your average 15-year-old. He be like, man, listen. Think about it. When guys talk about how much they really like women, they be talking, it be mad disgusting. I would drink her bath water. That's disgusting. It don't matter what you think, how you was raised. It don't matter whether you a feminist or a red pillar. We all got to deal with the same thing. Y'all got to deal with that cycle and your body trying to make babies. And it's literally like, yeah, mess around and mess with one of them dudes if you want to. Pregnant! Don't! Your body's doing that to you. It's really trying to set you up.
He ain't lying.
Yep, it's a setup. It's trying to set you up. Just like us. Yeah, go ahead, mess with that girl if you want to. Pregnant! Don't! At least with y'all, it's only a few days out of the month. With us, it's just year round, all the time. And then when it comes to the end of that cycle for women, it's like, okay, guys.
We've done all we can.
We've done all we can.
Time to close up shop.
We gotta hurry up now. like when you go to the mall and they trying to close the store.
They start pulling down the gate.
Yeah, they start pulling down the gate. That's, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, hurry up. They try, just like how they be trying to hurry up and push the people out the store. Your body trying to hurry up and get pregnant. Wow. And you get this urge, this physical, psychological urge that is primal. It has nothing to do with how you were taught. Now, do all women feel this primal urge?
No, absolutely not.
There are women out there who definitely is like, hey, I don't know. I done seen kids. I don't like them Negroes. Them kids. There's women out there that say that.
Yep.
There's guys out there, probably more guys than women. For sure. 100%. I hope that you get what you want out of life. If you don't want no kids and don't have them, like, it's fine. Go ahead, live your life, do your thing. But for most of us,
For the rest of us.
and I do mean the vast majority of us, that's what's happening in your own body. Just like he said, you're talking about women at the top of their profession who've already achieved everything they need to achieve. And then they like, nah, kids.
Yeah.
The firms are sitting there talking about some, no, you know what, we could do this, we could do that, we could work with you. You like, nah, kids, I'm good. I'm straight. And that is the reality of the situation. And I wish that they were not lied to. I wish that they went into it knowing what was up and that they could plan around it. Like, if I want to have a career, I know that this is going to happen. And this is what's going to happen if I decide to wait. And this is what's going to happen if I decide to do it right now.
Right.
So that they can make educated decisions. And instead of having that information out there so that you can make an educated decision, feminist ideas try to push you in a certain way to be like, no. You can do what you want and there are no consequences for it. This is just a patriarchy trying to oppress you. No, it's reality.
Yep.
It's your biology. It's real life. Because that's literally what we're doing. And people think it's okay just because it's like, it's women empowerment. No, it's lying to them so that you can feed the machine.
Oh, boy.
So that you can have more workers, so that you can make more money, so that capitalism can thrive. It is a lie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pretty much. Also, we didn't really get to it, but I was going to say, he also goes in further in the video to talk about the dangers of our society in the future. Let's just say that if things continue on the trend that is going on, we can see the Great Depression Part 2 in our lifetime or in our children's lifetime.
We talking about economic collapse. We talking about population collapse. We talking about like everything based on the decisions that people are making right now in the dating market.
Yes.
And it's all predictory. So it's not like he's saying this is definitely what's going to happen. But he's saying the way things are going.
There's patterns. I really hope and pray that those of you who are looking for understanding and who really want to learn how to be able to better themselves and how to have better relationships because you do want a family, but with all the craziness that's going on out there, it's just like, you don't know which way to go. I really hope that this hits and y'all receive it and that you understand that there's a lot going on in our society. I thought about a Mobb Deep line. There's a war going on.
Outside, no man is safe from. You could run, but you can't hide forever.
There's a war that's going on. For those of you who may be spiritual or not, there's a spiritual war that is happening in our world.
Yes. So what if he's the devil, Rick? At least the devil has a job. At least he's active in the community. What do you do?
And we really need to pay attention. We really need to lock in and make sure that we're understanding the different things that are going on in our society. Also really pay attention to what it is that's within you as far as like why you were put on this earth, purpose, the thing that you feel that drive for. If we spend more time focusing on that as far as like what our gifts and talents are and utilizing those to help us fulfill our purpose in life, it'll help to cut down on a lot of this. People in general will live more content, fulfilling lives. You'll end up with people dating, marrying people who are in alignment with you so that you'll end up having a better relationship. And if you decide to have a family, you'll have a better family life overall. And I think that that's something that is not spoken on enough. Not your career per se, but your gifts and talents, your purpose. And that will probably make your career. Click on one of these. Continue watching.
Okay. There you go. Later.